मध्ये रामं रमेशं भजे रामेणाभियता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम् रामे चित्तले सदा भूतु मे भो राम मामुद्धर राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने श्रीराम नाम वरान उन्नमयति अथ महर्ष सूत्राणि अय्यण् रुल्रक् एयोङ् अय्यौच् हयवरट् लण् ञमङणनं जबै गडदश् जबगडदश् खफ छठ थ च च तव कपै shashasar hal iti mahashya sutrani. Okay, so last time we were looking at Tangaveluji. Yeah, he's teaching in Sanskrit Bharati in Hyderabad. Okay, not in Hyderabad. He's stationed there. Tangaveluji. Okay, I use good then. I'll give you his email if you need. I'll put in touch with him. Okay. Okay, let me see. Narendraji. Okay, he's not there, but he's recording this lesson. Okay, so last time we were looking at this shlokaha yas subahur iti rakshaso aparas tatra visasarpa mayaya tam kshirapra shakali kritam kriti patrinam yabajad ashramad bahihi punaha shanihi patitavyam yaha सुबाहुर्रिति राक्षसो परस्तत्र तत्र विससर्प मायया तम क्षरप्र शकलीकृतं कृति पत्रिणाम व्यभजद्दाश्रमाद बहिः. Okay, we were going through this padanvaya as Malinath has done it for us. Subahur iti yaha aparaha. No commentary, very straightforward. The other Rakshasaha who was known as Subahu. Now iti ends the quotation. Only the word Subahu is in quotation. That's why he has beautifully taken it out in the beginning itself. Subahu iti. So he clarifies for you what is in the quotation. Subahu is in the quotation. Subahu iti. Yaha aparaha rakshasaha. The other rakshasaha was Subahu. Tatra tatra itastataha. There and there means here and there. In English, here and there. Mayaya. Says Shambara Vidyaya. I think Shambara Vidya is the, yena akasmad adrishto bhavati. So he can suddenly become invisible. That is the Shambara Vidya. Is that Tirodhana Vidya, what do you call it? Shambara Vidyaya. By that mystic power of his. Visa Sarpa is Sanchachara. So Srup is kind of to crawl around. To crawl is Srup Sarpaha. But so he makes it clear to you, Visa Sarpa is in the sense of Sanchachara. He moved around. He moved hither and thither, here and there he moved around. I think last time, if anybody remembers, I think I forgot to put the date in the document. I think if anybody knows otherwise, please correct me. But I think the only thing we put in the document last time was this form Visasarpa. We did the Srup plus null. Of course, Parasnipadanam, Nalatus, Ustalatus, Nalvamaha. The tip pratyaya becomes null in the Parasnipadam. In the lit ekavachana pratyaya, pratham purusha ekavachana pratyaya, the tip becomes null, and because of litcha sutram, it has the ardhadhatuka sanya, tasma shabadeha na sambhavanti. Tat paschad abhyasa karyam, liti dhatura abhyasasya, liti dhatura abhyasasya. So you have to do the abhyasa karyam, the abhyasa sutrani. I'll mention shashtasya adhyayasya prathamasya padasya arambhe eva. So in the Abhyasa Vidhayaka Sutrani Labhyante, you can see these from only these four, from 8 to 11. Liti Dhaturanabhyasasya Sanyangoho Shlav Changi. These are four main sutras. When to do Abhyasa in this language is given in these four sutras, 618 to 6111. So first one is Liti Dhatoho Anabhyasasya. You can take Abhyasa only once. So we read the Srup. In Tingantas, even if you don't know all the steps, at least if you know some of them, you can take a guess at the remaining. At least you got the meaning. And if you want, you can look them up in the Dhatu Vritti or in Bhaimi Vyakhya. So this Tingantam really is the central part of Pani. Panine Hridayam, Tinganta Prakriya. So if you can get this one, it will be very useful for you to, get the Prakriyayam Kaushalyam Prapyate. Tinganta Abhyasena. You can get the knowledge. So that's what we did last time. You're looking at this. We got then what in Abhyasakaryam. So that comes in the Saptamasya Adhyayasya Chaturthasya Padasya Antyabhage. So at the end, Tatra Anuvritti Vijayate, Anuvritti Drishyate, Abhyasasya iti Padasya. You can see Anuvritti of the word Abhyasasya. That goes down. These are very useful rules which give you great bang for the buck, which I mentioned many times. I hope some of you are looking these up. These rules I like. They're like, they give simple rules which give you a lot of application immediately. So it is very nice to know them, to use them. So momentio abhyasaha, immediately come to 7.4 and start from this atsalopo abhyasasya, abhyasasya iti apada samaptehi anuvartate. This goes up to the end of the pada, abhyasasya. Abhyasa is reduplication, correct. Is purva abhyasa is a sutram, Tangaviliji, purva abhyasa. Is when we do this duplication, technically the abhyasa is the reduplicated term, the left-hand side term, purva, is called abhyasa. So in that abhyasa bhaga, in the left-hand side part of it, or the duplicated part, the left-hand side, what operations are to be done? Purva abhyasa and abhyasasya. And we have rasvaha. If there is a vowel, ach. See, achameva rasattam sambhavati, dirghatvam va. So because only the ach have rasattam dirghatvam. Is, halam ucharanam apina sambhavati. They cannot be even pronounced the hulls. So there are no question of, rasva and dirgha for hulls. So actually there's a Pani Sutram for that also. I think Sutram is called Achaha. Achaha is a Sutram. So all these, Rasva, Dirgha, Guna, Vriddhi, they're all coming in the only for Achas. So again, a simple rule which you can master. The more rules of Pani that you feel confident with, even if they're simple rules, take them. It is, Achascha, I'm sorry. Achascha Sutram. Achascha is 1 to 28. Sutram is Achascha. And that Sutram is a very simple rule. It says Paribhasha Iyam. It says Rasva Dirgha Plutaha Swara Sanyaha Shishyamanaha Achaha Eva Sthane Veditavyaha. So then these Rasva Dirgha Pluta are only going to be for the Ach only. Okay, so we were looking at these. Now, right now we have the Dhatu Srup. In Srup, of course, the Ru is already Rasvaha. So there is this Rasva iti Sutrasya Attara Prayojanam Nasti. There's no use of this Sutram here. But then Haladi Sheshaha. Adir Hal Shishyate. Hal Adish Chet Shishyate. Anye Halaha Lupyante. So if you have to check if there is this Hal is a Adi Hal. Adi Hal means not the first consonant. It should be in the first position. So Hal can only survive in Abhyasa if it is the first member. Okay. So that is the, so here the Pakara is not the first member of the Abhyasa is Srup. So therefore the Pakara is Lopaha, that's 7460. Tat Paschat we have to use one more Sutram called Urat. Urat. Urat means Uhu is the Shashti of the Ru Varna. So Tasya Sthane Rasva Akara Adesha Bhavati. So Akara Adesha Bhavati becomes Urat and Uran Raparaha. Uran Raparaha I think 1151. The moment you do any substitution for a Ru or a Ru, it has to be Raparaha. It has to bring with it the Repha or the Lakara in case of Ru. So that is the rule we have to use now, because in place of Ru we became the Akara by Urat. So that Akara has to be Raparaha, becomes Ar. So therefore we get the, Uran Raparaha is used, not only used for getting the Guna or Vriddhi. It's used in any other place. Any place we do a Ruvarna Sthani Adeshaha atva Ruvarna Sthani Adeshaha. Raparaha eva bhavati. It can only be Raparaha. You cannot substitute anything in place of Ru al Ru, which is Un. Any Un in place of Ru al Ru should be Raparaha. So after all that, when we do, we got the Sar, Srup, and Then again haladishesha. This repa is not the adi. So lupyate. Repasya lopasyat. Sa sarpa. That's one. Fairly straightforward form. Even if you don't know any grammar, I would like you notice a few things. Firstly, you see sa sarpa. Dhatu is srup. Some abhyasa has taken place. Okay. That leads you to start thinking about lit lakaraha. Iti dhaturanabhyasasya. Iti dhaturanabhyasasya. And look at the ending a. Satingandam padam, very first thing of Gita, right? Dhatarashtra uvacha. Uvacha, ending a. So you got the ending. You got the abhyasa, something has happened. Your abhyasa rules are only 4 or 5. If you can, this one you should be able to confirm, as we just did right now. Even if you cannot, at least some abhyasa is going on, that much you know. You got the ending here, and you got the meaning, sanchachara. Okay. Then kshuraprayihi. Kshurapra is a kind of a special weapon. Shakali kritam is khandi kritam. This is where we were trying to look in detail last time. Shakali kritam, khandi kritam, spashti kritam, shukli kritam. You know, what are these kind of forms that we have? Okay. This is a pratyaha, which is tathita pratyaha, which is a strange one because it's actually a 0. Pratyasha is a 0. But it puts some condition and it puts some meaning on that term. Let's go to Sutram of Panini. This is in the, for those of you who want to look at more details, it's in the Bhaimi Vyakhya in volume 5. Let me try to give you the number for that. It's in, if you look at the Bhaimi Vyakhya also has at the very nice indexes, Suchayaha Drishyante Prishtabhage. So tena asmakam ati suvidha bhavati. So anveshana vishaye. So when you have to find something, you can immediately get a lot of help by looking at the answer. If you look at the in the Bhaimi Vyakhya, look for the pratyaya chvi, and that's in sutra number 1242 in the Bhaimi Vyakhya 1242, and that one is starting on page 398 in Bhaimi Vyakhya volume 5. Okay, let's go to Sutram of Panini, and that is okay, which section in Antoine 2? No, Antoine Tangavaliji, I don't know. He may not have Chvi. The top of my head, I don't think. In fact, let me quickly look at it. He may not have dealt with Chvi so far. It might be coming later on. To the best of my knowledge, I don't remember this Chvi Pratyaya in Antoine. It may not be there. It might be coming later. It might be coming later from where we are right now in Antoine 2. In the Wednesday class. I don't remember. Yeah, so Antoine 2 I don't remember, but it's in, as I said, Bhaimi Vyakhya volume 5, page 398. Not a very uncommon sutram, and you know, I'll tell you some sign you can kind of guess at this one. Try to guess at this one by looking at a few characteristics of what it leads to. So let's go to this 5450, I think it is. So this is a small Pathabheda here also, because normally Panini Sutras don't have many Pathabheda, but there are some. I think this is one where we have this Pathabheda. If you look at 5450, it says, in Kashika it says, Abhuta Tadbhave, Krubhvasti Yoge, Sampadya Kartari Chvihi. In the Siddhanta Kaumudi, this Abhuta Tadbhave is taken as a Vartikam. This part is Abhuta Tadbhave is a Vartikam in Siddhanta Kaumudi. In the Ashtadhyaya, it is Sutrasya Bhaga eva. So it's a part of the Sutram. So if you're trying to look for a Sutram in Siddhanta Kaumudi, look for just the Krubhvasti Yoge Sampadya Kartari Chvi. So Etavan eva Ansha Drishyate Kaumudyam. This part only is seen in the Kaumudi. So in case you look at the index, you'll be thrown off by this because the Sutram in Kaumudi starts with Krubhvasti Yoge. In Ashtadhyaya, it is Abhuta Tadbhave. This is a Vartikam in Siddhanta Kaumudi. Okay, so what does it mean? First of all, look at the Krubhvasti Yoge. That's one quick way of deciding that you may have the Pratyaya Chvi. Is that it has to be used with the Dhatu Kru, Bhu or As. Krubhvasti Yoga. Do we have that right now? Right now we do have that because it says Shakali Kritam, Khandi Kritam. So this Kru dhatu is seen here in any form. It could be Krudanta Rupam athva Tingantam Rupam asti. But Kru dhatu atta drishyate. Tasmat karanad chi pratyasya shanka jayate. There might be a chi pratyaya in here is what we can try to see. That's one thing. If you don't have dhatu kru, bhu or as with that taditanta pratyaya, taditanta I should say padam, in that case, you know, you're not going to get the it's not chi pratyaya. It has to be, you know, kru, bhu, as. That's one condition. Second thing is that abhuta tadbhave, abhuta, that which was not there. So that bhava, that state is being kind of created. A new state is being created, which was not there before. Like here it says shakali kritam. So like shuddhi kritam, ashuddham shuddham karoti, or ashuddham shuddham sampadyate. Tat karoti is called shuddhi karoti. So he makes it pure. Spashti karanam, he makes it clear. Aspashtam spashtam sampadyate. So that which was not clear is becoming clear. So it has to be a new state imparted to that. Sampadya kartari, when that is being created, this sampadya sampad is to, in this case, sampadanam. So it means that new state is being created. That's the one more thing is that the pratyaya actually comes after the vikara shabdat, swarte pratyaya jayate. So the new state, in this case shakalam is a new state. Shakalam means like, you know, pieces, khandam. So that was not, which was not pieces before, is now being made into pieces. So that new state, the shakala, is going to take the pratyaya, not the old state. So the new state is going to take it. So this is the sutram abhuta tadbhave krubhasti yoge sampadya kartri chvihi. The pratyaya is chvihi. It comes in this meaning that a new state is being imparted to something, and with one more condition, it has to be used krubhasti yoge. Only in those, and then any pratipadikam can generally take this. It didn't say which pratipadikam can take it. When you add in tadita pratyaya, you would always try to find answers to these three questions. Trayaha prashnaha, kaha pratyaya, what is the pratyaya? It is chvihi. So kebhya pratipadikebhya sambhavati, vidhiyate. Atra sarvebhya pratipadikebhya sambhavati, vidhiyate. Vishesh vidhanam nasti. So parigananam nasti. This point he didn't say only this pratipadika can take it, that can take it. But the condition is there. The meaning is such that of course only some pratipadika can take that, because the meaning condition has to be abhuta tadbhave. It has to be a new state. And of course other condition krubhasti yoge. So this is the sutram 5450. First suspicion is see if kru bhu as is there or not. That will make it kind of clear. You know, most of the time when you see kru bhu as being used with a taditanta shabda rupam, then you can come and try to guess this one, you know. And look at the meaning also. That which was not something being made, that kru bhu asti. Okay. Now what is pratyaya chvi? What does it do? So let's try to go to prakriya first. Let's see. I think this is not in Gita. I don't remember. I don't remember an example in Gita of this one. I have to think. But at the top of my head, I don't think any example in Gita. If anybody knows, raise their hand. But I cannot remember one of this. Okay. Anyway, so let's see what we have right now is sha ka la plus I guess you could also use the pratyaya shas, maybe, is that which was not pieces being made pieces. And then pratyaya is chvi. Now in this chvi, let's see what all it is called. What is called a sarvapahara lopaha. Sarvapahara lopaha means that nakinchid avashishyate. Nothing remains of this pratyaya. Because of what? Because we have the upadesha anunasika it. That is in upadesha is anunasika. Upadesha anunasika it. Then chutu pratyadi cha vargaha in it, and vera praktasya. Where I think Rajaji was talking about that today. Vera praktasya. Sutram says if you have the vakara of V, Aprukta. Aprukta is ekal pratyaya. In that case, that vakara of the V also goes away. So when the vakara of V remains behind alone, it also goes away. So first I like to put this, put the sutra number 5450. So, and then we will going to get the sarvapahara lopaha. So then use 132, which is upadesha arjuna nasika it, and chutu I think will be 13. Let's see over here. I think chutu will probably be 1376 or 7. I think 137 is probably chutu. Chutu is 137 is chutu. And then Verapattaksya, I think is going to be like around 61. So technically the Vakara is not an it. Vakara only takes a lopa only it takes. It doesn't have it sanya, 6167. So 6167, 137 and 6167. So Sampurnasya Pratyasya Lopaha. The entire Pratyaya is become Lopaha. So Chvi becomes 0. So what do we have? And of course the or the shas, either one is going to go away by Supo Dhatu Pratipadikayoho. Within a Pratipadikam, a Sup Pratyaya cannot stay. So we have the Amaha Atva Shasaha Lup Jayate. So Lupyate. Amatva Shas Lupyate. So we get, so that Supo Dhatu Pratipadikayoho I think is 24. 24, I think is 71. Supo Dhatu Pratipadikayoho. So after all of that, only Shakala remains now. Only Shakala remains. Everything was gone. And then we have to use Kru Bhu As. Only Kru Bhu Asti Yoga is what we said. That number is correct. Now, so we have, one thing is that when this, one more rule we need to use Asya Chvau. Asya Chvau is if that Pratyaya Chvi is following an Angam ending with Avarna, then in that case, the Avarnasya Sthane, Ikara Adesha Bhavate. Ikara Bhavati. Ikara Adesha Bhavati. That sutram is Asya Chvau. Asya Chvau. So that also is one more indication, by the way, to recognize this Pratyaya Chvi. So we had Kru Bhu As has to be used. And secondly, if that the Pratipadikam ends in Avarna, that Avarna becomes a long Ikara, like Spashtikaranam, Shuklikaranam, like that. So that is, if it is Avarnanta, Vasmikaranam, so that is, so that is the way Asya Chvav is in 7.4 Asya Chvav. So we're going to now make it into Asya Chvav. So because Pratyaya Lopi Pratyaya Lakshanam, even though the entire Chvi is gone, Lakshanam is still there. So we can still use that with only when you do Pratyasya Luk Shlu Lupaha. Only in that case you cannot do Angakarya. Otherwise, we didn't do any Luk Shlu Lupaha over here. We did, Chakar Lopaha, we did Ikar Lopaha, and Vakar Lopaha. We did not do any Luk Shlu Lup. And also, Luk Shlu Lup apply to the entire Pratyaya. Pratyasya Luk Shlu Lupaha. Khandashaha na sambhavati. So you cannot take part of a Pratyaya and do Luk Shlu or Lup. So only if you do Luk Shlu or Lup, you cannot do any Angakaya by Nalumata Angasya. We did not do any Luk Shlu Lup over here, so even though the Chvi is not seen, it is you have the Pratyaya Lakshanam. And it can still do the Angakaryam. Because why do we need that? Because Asya Chvav, the 7432 is saying that when the Pratyaya Chvi follows, now you can claim the Chvi is not there, but it is still there because even though it is gone, Lakshanam is still there. Asya Chvav. Anuvritti of E comes from the prior sutram. So now we're going to get in place of the over, now you're going to the Ikara Adesha becomes Shukli. This is the second sign of the Chvi coming in. First one is Kru Bhu As have to be there. And this one, the Asya Chvav comes only if the it is Avarananta Angam. And which are many common words, as I said, Spashtikritam, all that. So this is also, if you think it's like we see when you have in this right now we're looking at Shakali Kritam. The word Shakala is there or Khandi Kritam. Then this E better be there. If this E is not there, then it's not the Chyantam padam nasti. So that is, so, okay, so let's put that one. So that's the next indication, so 7432. Because, all these rules you're not going to remember that easy. But if you can know some signs by which you can recognize this, I'm not expecting you to know this everything next time around, but at least you can start suspecting, and then look up the details. Just like in English, we don't know all the rules all the time. We just look up the dictionary. So the same thing here. If we know enough to recognize this is that situation, then we can always look up the books and look up all the details. So 7432 asya chvau. Now, after that, we have to use kuru bhu as. So that's what we have. Is it says shakali kritam is khandi kritam, is made into pieces. That which was not pieces. Okay, Nagaraj ji has a question.
Sadiq ji, I have a question. Somewhat I remember a long time ago. There's also u, for example. E and U are lengthened in this chvis pratyaya, and also r becomes re. I remember the word laghu bhavati, for example.
Oh, it becomes laghu bhavati?
Yes, that's what I remember.
Let me see. And if it all, I don't think so. Laghu bhavati. Let's see. Asya chvau. Anything else? Kyachicha. It's not over here. Asya chvau. Laghu karanam. Let's see. Laghu karanam. Laghu. You're saying it should be laghu karanam?
Yes. Laghu bhavati. Yes.
So alaghu bhavati becomes laghu bhavati, is it?
Right. Yeah. That's how I remember.
I don't think there is some sutram like that. Let me see any examples is given here. Let me see, because there is quickly. I'll take it for homework, but because I'm looking at the examples and seeing if I can find anything that will at least confirm what you're saying, or atwa Brahma, because one good thing about the Bhaymi Vyakya is gives a lot of good examples he gives. So let me see. I can find. Okay, let's some examples for you. Some Sri Bhavati, I got that. Unmukhi Bhavati. Ghati Karoti. No, Patri Karoti. Unfortunately, he's not giving any any examples which are ending in U. Okay, let me look this up now.
Okay, I may be wrong.
Yes, in fact, no, you're right. Ooh, you're right. As it is. Chvaucha Sutram. Chvaucha. Okay, I learned something new from you today. it is on page, very good. Okay, it's on page 406, by the way, of Bhaymi Vyakya. Chvaucha. Chvaucha pare purvasya dirgha syat. Okay, now I want to see, normally in a class when I don't know something, I don't forget that for a long time. It's Chvaucha. Chvaucha. In fact, what I was thrown away about that is that the good, very good. Very good. So we don't need right now, but Nagaraji is right. Here we have Asya Chvau. It's only Avarnantasya. And then here we have the Sutram Chvaucha, which is coming below 7426. Is Chvaucha pare Purvasya Dirgha Syat Agni Bhavati Laghu Bhavati. You're right. Very good. Thank you. Very good. Oh, thank you, you had a Sutram. Yes, thank you. Okay. You had Sutram 7426, correct. Thank you. The 7426 is Agni Bhavati, Laghu Bhavati. It's on Bhaymi Vyakya, page 406. Yes, correct. I won't forget. Hopefully next time I won't forget that, I hope. So, okay. Thank you. So now this, so which was not in pieces was made into pieces. So, in fact, what I was thinking was we used the Sutram 24. Yesterday itself we used the Sutram. In yesterday's class, we had the Sutram Akrit Sarvadhatuka Yoho Dirgha. Next one is Chvaucha. Okay. It's good to remember because 7424 you used quite a few. Because for example, when you do in the passive, shruyate, stuyate, that is 7425. Akrit sarvadhatuka yoho dirgha. And then the next one is 7426, which is chvaucha. Okay, good. That's every class I learn something new, at least something new. Always, So I've been doing this for me how many years now, but still every class something new you get. And thanks to all the students. Chhatranam anugrahat, Muhammad Jnanam Vardate. It really goes. So the only way to learn is to teach somebody. That's the only way you will learn well. So, anena Saraswati suprasanna bhavati. Saraswati is very pleased. So, okay, so tam equals, so I hope that is clear now. So, khandi kritam is an adjective in this case, is qualifying subahum. Subahum, tam equals subahum. Tam is a pronoun, and Malinatha very kindly tells us who that is. Always a good habit that what he has done for us is anytime you have a pronoun or you have the visheshanam, tasya prishtabhage nama shabdaha vartate. There is always some noun behind it. So you have to know what that one is. Saha shabdaha nyatavyaha. Yataha visheshanasya athva sarvanama shabdasya swakiya vachanam athva vibhaktirna samuvati. So it doesn't have its own gender number case. It has to depend on the something behind it. So tam equals subahum is what he says. Make this always a good habit. Any pronoun, any adjective, try to find what is behind that. Tam equals subahum. Now kriti, this is also we were looking at this last time. Kriti is a matub arthapatya, which is the word kritam in this case is kritam karma. Kritam equals done, that which is done. Means it's an act or an action. So kritin, we get the prajnapatim kritin from this, like balin. One balam asya asti iti balin. So one who has balam is balin. So kritam asya asti. And in this case, prashastam kritam equals karma asya asti iti kritin. One who has done, one who has good deeds. Now how do you get the word prashastam from? Because the matup artha when we say, it used in special meanings. Say prashamsaya matup, like Hanuman, which example we gave last time. We cannot be all called Hanuman. We don't have the prashasta Hanu, but only Hanuman is only Hanuman. But so even Goman, when you say everybody is not, even if you have one cow, you don't become Goman. So bhumni, when you have it in large numbers, you call Goman. So this matu pratyaya itself carries that meaning of the prashastyam. So krutam equals karma and prashastam karma asya asti iti kritin. Kritin. Now sutram is what? Quickly, let's finish the prakriya, fairly straightforward. In Tadita, the good news is that the prakriyayaha laghavam drishyate. So we have the ease of the prakriya. Only thing, sutrani bahuni santi. Sahasradikam. Sahasradikani. So it is more than the 1,000 sutras. But if you find the sutram, you can then finish the prakriya very quickly. So ata inithanau. Ata inithanau. From 5 to 94 starts this sadasya asti asminti matup. And this apada samaptehe ayam adhikaraha vartate. So this adhikaraha goes to the end of the pada. Tadasya asti asminiti matup. When someone has something or in him that can be found, then that is we take the pratyaya matup. That just sets the meaning for this whole section. Now matup is the default pratyaya. Then we have ata inithanau. I think it's 115. 115. Ata inithanau. Ataha means adanta adangat. So if you have the pradipadikam ending in short a, what's your question? What's your question?
Satishji.
Yes.
Kshorapraihi.
Yes, sir.
What is that supposed to be?
Kshorapraihi is astra visheshena. Astra visheshaihi. Kshura I think is kshura is to cut. Kshura is like I think is like a sword or a knife. And dhatu I think is pra. I think that which fills a knife. I guess it has its knives at the end or something. It's kind of special like a weapon.
Yeah,
like arrows or some kind of.
Now I am looking at it. Shara Visheshaihi is given. It's given in there in another book, but it is missing in here.
Yeah, no, there's a commentary by Malinatha on that, Shara Vishesha.
Yeah, Shara Vishesha, is there in the Varanasi book.
I have another, I think you're echoing, but okay, it's okay. No, this also has, that may be a different commentary possibly, some detailed commentary.
This is Malinatha.
Okay, maybe it's a part of it. Could be part of it. But the meaning is correct. Shara Vishesha is correct. Sometimes there's part of it is commentary, sometimes there is some extra thing, but the meaning is correct. I don't have it in my other book also, but it's possible. It could be there. So, okay, so we're doing about Kritin, we were doing that, and we saw the sutram Atta inita now. It should be Adanta Pratipadikam. You can use the pratyaya ini athva tan pratyaya, matubarte. So, what do we have now? Sampratam kim vartate? Krita iti Pratipadikam. So, Krita dasyasti asmin iti matub. So, we can take Krita. In this case, meaning is karma. So, Krita plus we can tad asya asti. So we can take prathama itself. So we can take su, and then take the pratyaya ini. In the ini, the antya ikarasya itsanya bhavati anunasikatvat upadeshadunasika it. So anubandha lope in avashishyate. So anubandha lope in. And then of course we can use the su is going to drop by the same sutram supo dhatu pradipadikayoho, and because of the krit tadita samasashcha iti pradipadika sanya tat paschad antargatasya supaha lup bhavati. So then we get the krita plus in. Okay, anybody in the class can give me the sutram now where I can remove the akara of the krita? Can anybody in the class? I think.
Yasya teacher.
Yeah, I know Karthik knows that. I warned him last time. so yes, teacher. So as Rajaji was saying today that we have the bhasanya now because of yachibham. See, the Swadishva Suranamastane, Swadi is not only the 21 supratyaya which we know supratyas. It extends from Swadis go from 412 to end of 5th chapter. So from 412 is to just some out sutram tattva bhriti panchamadhyaya samapti paryantam swadaya pratyaya. So that to the end of the 5th adhyaya we get the swadi pratyayas. I'm trying to speak more in Sanskritam, by the way. Sanskrit bhashayam adhikam vaktum prayatamano asmi. Because I think somebody asked me, can you teach this Vyakaram in Sanskritam? I told honestly, I don't think I can do that much. But anyway, I'll try to speak more. So, I don't want to say something wrong also, but still, Abhyasa Kartavya. I have to study and make more. So anyway, from 412, this Suva just is starting up to the end of 5th chapter. Now, why do we need that? Because the Sutram which says Yachibham, Anuvritti of the entire prior Sutram, Sampurnam, Purvam Sutram, Anuvartate, the entire prior sutram comes into this. So the prior sutram was Swadishu Sarvanamasthane Padasanya. Swadishu Asarvanamasthane gives Padasanya. And then Yachibham. So if the Swadi Pratyaya is Jakaradi Athva Ajadi, then Tarhi Vasanya Bhavati. So Yachibham. So you have to make sure you have a Swadi Pratyaya beginning with either yakara or ach. In that case, angam gets the bhasanya. Why do we need that yachibham? Because when the bhasanya comes, it trips the subroutine of bhasya, which you saw in Raraji's class today. He gave you one sutram of the ato dhatoho, which you saw in the earlier class. See, once you start knowing more and more sutrani nyayante, then in that case we'll get more feel, because you have to, when you start using more sutras from the same adhikara, it sticks in your head, This adhikara does that for me. So the bhasya adhikara starts from 64129, and which Rajaji was talking about ato dhato today. David, below that, of course we don't have that over here. We don't have any dhatus akara over here, but we have yasya dicha, which Karthik said. Yasya is sandhi is here. Ivarnantasya atva avarnantasya vasanyakasya angasya lopo bhavati tadite ikare cha pare. Again, these vrittis I make on my own sometimes when I'm talking, so don't take this pramanam. So pramanam drishyate kashikayam atva kaumudyam. Take the vritti which is in kaumudi or in the kashika. Okay. What I say is sometimes I say on the fly like that. I mean, it mostly should be correct, but it might be slightly off here and there. So the ivarna or avarna anta which you have. So ya, that ya is ikvarna when used in the sutram. In yasya ticha, yasya is the i antasya. means ivarnantasya atva avarna. So you have to use the sutram ikuvarnachi in that yasya. So the e has become ya. So ya means e plus a equals ya. So ivarnantasya atva avarnantasya. So long or short e or a when you have. Well, Nagaraji has a question. Yes. Yes.
So when you say brahasanya, is it a special definition for brahasanya? It's a big sanya.
No, brahasanya is the sutram which we just saw, 1418, right? Which is
yes, please. That's the only name for that one, or is it?
That's the only root. What is this bha is not an anvitartha sanya. It doesn't tell you what meaning it is. It's one of the Panini's sanya, lagu sanya it is. So it doesn't tell you exactly. The name itself doesn't tell you what it means.
I see. Yeah.
It just tags it as a bha. That's all. It doesn't have that bha really has no meaning itself on its own in that bha. So Panini has a sanya like bha, ghi, gu. These he doesn't put the tatra artha drishyate. There's no meaning inside that bha.
Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, I don't believe there's any meaning in the bha. So why bha? Why not pa or ka? Yeah. That I don't think there may be an answer to that. That I'm not sure the answer to is. Yeah. The bha sanya doesn't tell you what the bha means. It doesn't indicate in any way what could be meaning is there. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. Okay, so that is what we have, and so yes cheticha we can use over here, and we finally do the so we use 1418 along with to get the bhasanya that we just saw. So don't Rajaji was explaining today. Please don't forget these two sutra dvayam, which is the swadishva sarvanama sthane yachibham. Always, even in Rama Shabda actually, even in Rama Shabda when you do Rama plus let's say nyasi or nyas. That Rama has bhasanya. But then why didn't we not take it out at that time? So tasmin avasare kasman nagrihitam. Because of the fact that tasya tatta prayojanam nasti. Is the bhasanya in Rama Shabda when you Rama plus us, that there is no karyam to be done. Bhasanya is still there for Rama. When you Rama plus us when you do, yachibham is still there, but tatta sanyayaha prabhavaha nadrishyate. We cannot look at the effect of that sanya in that case. That's why we don't take it in Rama Shabda. Of course, in Rama Shabda also the first page of the book you don't want to get too complicated at that time. But anyway, of course it has no prayojanam at that time. That's the reason why. Even Rama Shabda, all of these places, as long as asarvanama sthani, doesn't so the suam out su out just out in those five. If they follow, then there is neither bha nor padasanya. Of course, we talk about the feminine or masculine. In the neuter, when the pratyaya she follows, the sarvanama sthanam, then there is neither bhasanya nor padasanya for the angam. Okay, in the remaining places. Of course, in the tadita, there is no sarvanama sthanam anyway. Sarvanama sthanam only in the su adi pratyaya, in the first su of just out atva she sarvanama sthanam in the napumsakalinga. So only there. So in Tadita there is no Savanama Sthanam. So when you come to Tadita, this Asavanama Sthani has no meaning in Taditas. There is no Savanama Sthan in Tadita. So only Swadishu. And then Yachibham. Okay, so we'll use 1418, we'll use 148 to get the form. We get now Kritin. And can you tell me how the Ikara becomes Dirgha when you do Kritin plus Su? When you declare, this is Prajapadikamna, because Kritadita Samasa, Prajapadika Sanya. Now, so we use 1480 and 148. Now, how when you decline this now, we get same Kritin plus Su, because in the shloka he has used Kriti Vyabhajat, Kriti Ramaha. Ramaha, who has very good deeds. Okay, now what's the meaning exactly? Means is prashastam karma asyasti, means kushalaha, atva dhiman. So he is very skilled. He has done very good, very praiseworthy actions have been performed by him. So he's skilled at doing that. Or it can also mean dhiman, and he quotes from Varkoshaha, kriti cha kushalaha samau ityamaraha. So Kriti and Kushala is the same meaning. It is used in the meaning of Kushalaha. You can look at the footnote also. We'll look at that a little bit later. Let's finish off this one. Now, can somebody tell me how I can get the dirgha? What we need now, we need to remove this nakara and get the dirgha for the E. Anybody in the class? Anuji knows this sutram. If she's there, let me see. Ushaji knows. Thank you. Also, Anuji, you there? Anuji?
Yeah, yes, that's deep.
So this is in your adhikara.
I know. I think I know.
Okay, let's see.
Is that Saucha?
Saucha, yes, Saucha.
Yes.
Thank you. Saucha. That's in Hana, Pushan, Arjam, Nam. These pratipadikams. And Ushaji also had it. So Ushaji, you had it. Saucha.
Yes, Satiji.
Okay, good. So at least two of you have had it. So what reason I mentioned Anudi's adhikara is because this from 63111 we get the anuvritti of dirgha. Dhalope purvasya dirghanaha. From 63111 starts the anuvritti of dirgha, and that goes up to 6418, I think. So from here, from 63111, dhalope purvasya dirghanaha, so dirgha, and that goes to 6418, and then starts the upadhaya start from 647 starts no upadhaya. So if we talk about upada dirgha, if we look from here, from no upadhaya from 647 up to 64 about 18, I think it is, and sutram is saucha, anuvritti of in han pushan aryaman, the prior sutram. So we have the innanta pratipadikam followed by the pratyaya su. So by saucha iti upadhayaha dirgha bhavati. Again, all the sutrams, sometimes you won't remember them all, but you heard them for one time today. When you heard them 5, 6, 7, 10 times, then they'll start clicking. At least you know, there's something is there in the dirgha section. So okay, so we used saucha, which is 6413. So that brings us back to now we get, and we need one more sutra when we're done with this. The sutra which we need now is, sorry, let me put this one. So we got kr, t, 13, and plus we have the upadeshana nasika it, and we can remove the sakara by halniyabhyo dirgha suti sabuktam hal. If you halanta pradipadikam, the pratyaya, the sakara of su drops away. If you use that all the time. So we use, right now we have used 6413, and what happened now? Sorry, 6413, and then we also use the 6168. 6413 and 6168. Okay, and now finally I need to remove the nakara. Anybody in the class? Nakara has to be removed by
Nalopa pratipadikantasya.
Yes, thank you. I think Ushaji also had it. Yes, Ushaji, you had that?
Yes.
What number is that, Ushaji? What number is that?
27.
827. Yes, thank you. 827. Nalopa pratipadikantasya. If you have a nakara, pratipadika nakara, it's also padanta now. It takes lopaha. 827. That's tripadi karyam. That's we do it last. To finishing all the saptadhyay karyani samapya. Tat paschat tripadi karyam kartavyam. So kriti is 827. Nalava pratipadikantasya. Okay, so we did all of that, and then now he had given us a little explanation in the footnote. I think his footnote had some typos in there. So I'll read you the one from Devdharji's book, which is at the back. He's got some good commentary for us. And why does he say he's Kushalam? Because Mallinatha doesn't give too much explanation, because Mallinatha keeps it nice and short for us. But he says the following: Yadina hanyeta maitvat anyatrapi prasaret. Because he says, what has he given here? That he killed him, he cut him into pieces and threw him outside. So, shakali kritam vyabhajat. So first thing he says, yadina hanyeta. If he had not killed him, maitvat, because he had the maya shakti, anyatra api prasare, he would go somewhere else and create problems. Even if he just drove him away, like Maricha, he just threw away, he didn't kill him. But Subhahu, he killed him. because mayitvat anyatrapi prasaret. Tasmat hantavyah, he should be killed right now. That was his skill. So first he killed him. Secondly, yadina khandyeta, if you didn't make him into pieces, pakshinam asaukaryam syat, it should not be easy to be eaten by the birds. So to facilitate them, so pakshinam upakarartham, so khandikritam, he was made into pieces. Yadi ashramat bahina vibhajyeta, if you didn't throw him outside the ashram, yajniya dravyanam dushtata syat, then all the instruments, all the apparatus of the yajna would become spoiled. So you had to throw him outside. So you had to kill him, otherwise he'd go somewhere else to create problems. Then he had to make into pieces to make it easy for the birds to eat him. And third thing, throw him outside the ashram, because otherwise it will spoil the whole yajna mandapam. Iti etat chaturyam kritipadena suchyate. So that is what the chaturyam, so kritipadena suchyate. So this is kaushalyam suchyate kritipadena. So why the word kriti is what this has been used. Anyway, just some detail for you. Now, only Mulyatha gives this. Kriti is qualifying whom? Ramaha. Be careful. He also he makes it clear. So again, the same concept. If you have a Visheshanam, always find the Namapadam behind it. Don't leave it. Kritin is an adjective, because it will become in Kritini in the feminine. It will become Kriti in the masculine. And Kriti in the neuter. Rasva. So who is qualifying that? So Ramaha. Makes it clear for you that. Kriti cha kushalaha samo iti amaraha, we went through that. Ashramad bahi, no commentary. Spashtamidam. Bahi is an avya padam, means outside the ashram. Patrinam is pakshinam. Now why does he clarify that? Because the patrinau shara pakshinau ityamaraha. So there were two possibilities here, is what he's saying. There was a possibility of the meaning of the pakshin, athwa sharaha, because they have those feathers at the end. You know, these arrows have these feathers at the end, so they're like the wings. So something which has feathers or wings is called pakshin. So in this case, it means the birds and not the arrows, because he distributed them to the birds. So for the birds, and vibhajat, vibhajyadattavan. Vibhajya means having apportioned it, he gave it to them. Vibhajyadattavan. Okay. Now that is there's also footnote for Patrinam. Is anything in the footnote too here? No, I guess in the wrong. Okay. All right. So let us see who wants to do the translation for me now. We didn't do it last time, I think. Let's give Nagaraj a chance. Since he remembered the sutram of the Dirgha, I must give him a chance. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Vrusham chakito asmi. I'm very impressed. Okay, very.
Such an unlikely chance.
No, it was very good. It was correct. And sutram which I had forgotten. Vishrutam maya sutram. So I won't remember. I won't forget that now. I put your name next to it also. In my book, I put your name. Bhavata namadayam tatra sthapitam maya. Okay. As for the demon, okay, what could you say for that?
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa, I think.
Rakshasa.
Rakshasa. Subahu is?
Subahu.
Subahu. I think iti also. Subahu iti.
Subahu iti.
By name. Subahu by name, I guess. So, who flitted? Okay. What is? So who is what? What's the word for who?
Who?
Is this one?
Yeah.
Yaha is who, and flitted. This one.
Visasarpa.
Visasarpa. That's the word. Visasarpa.
Flitted mean, I don't know what flitted means, but Visasarpa we know.
Yeah, so flitted means like to move around here and there, you know. So vitasthataagamanam, flitted. So flitted. So there are two verbs in this sentence: Visasarpa and Vyabhajat. Visasarpa is a relative clause. So that Rakshasa who was moving here and there, Rama cut him into pieces and gave him to the birds. So there one is in the relative clause, one in the main clause. We don't really have two sentences here. We have one relative clause and one main clause. That's why you have two verbs. Okay. Now to and fro.
Tatra.
Tatra. I think is there a change in the text over here? 1 second. I think there's a change because tatra tatra visasarpa is what we have here.
We had written, yeah, we read
And
that.
there it is different. It says tatra visasarpa tatra. I think I like this one better. Tatra tatra should be go together, I think,
Yeah.
here and there. Anyway, that is tatra tatra is the to and fro. By magic art, what do you say for that?
Maya, yeah.
Maya, yeah. Again, if you don't get all the meaning, all the grammar, don't worry. This thing doesn't come in one shot, So, ekavaram patana sarvam na jnayate. You cannot know everything by, studying only one time. So if you get some meanings, at least take those and we'll come back later by magic art. Okay, the skillful warrior. Who will that be?
Shuraprasha.
No, not that. Because we just saw, remember here we saw Kriti is Kushalaha.
Kriti Kushala.
Kriti Kushalaha.
Rama.
Kriti Kushalaha Rama. Right.
Yeah.
So we take the word Kriti from skillful warrior is Kriti. Oh. Now smote him into pieces.
Yavajat.
I think that is Shakali Kritam.
Shakali Kritam.
Shakala is a piece.
Yeah.
Shakali Kritam.
Shakali Kritam and Yavajat, yes.
And then with his shafts, what is that? I think Vasu just mentioned that is the Kshurapra is a Shara Vishesha. Kshurapra. It's all a part of the compound.
Kshurapraihi.
Kshurapraihi Shakali Kritam. These are new words for that. By the way, the word Kshurapra comes in the Devi Mahatmyam in chapter 9. In chapter 9, this Nishumbha Vada Adhyaya Kshurapra Shabdha Drishyate. So Kshurapra is not a very rare word. It is kind of rare, but not like completely rare.
Yeah. Kshura we have known, but
Kshura is known. Yeah, Kshura is well known to us. Kshura is a knife.
Kshura.
Yes, is correct. Kshura Siddhara. It's like a blade or a knife. Kshurapra like a weapon, I guess, which has these blades. So Kshurapra comes in Devi Mahatmyam chapter 9. When we get the Sharan Navratri, you will hear Devi Mahatmyam, I hope.
Yes.
So at that time in chapter 9, you listen, the word Kshurapra comes in there. Okay. So with his shaft is Kshurapra Shakali Kritam. Smote him to pieces with his shafts. Yes. And next one, distributed him. That is the
Vyabhajat.
Vyabhajat and him. Where is the him?
Tam. I thought Tam was Ramam.
No. Kriti. Tam is Dvitiya. Kriti is Prathama. So Rama is the Karta.
Tam, yeah.
Well, the Karma is Subahum. Tam Subahum.
Tam Subahum.
He is the object of the action, So right. Among the vultures.
Patrinam.
And actually, this is a better way of writing the word patra, by the way. Patra. Because you think patana trayate iti patra. So that which protects you from falling down, is the wings. So patra, it should be put over there. Now, how do they put patra like this over here then? Because the only rule that we know that can do the madhyavartinaha halaha lopaha is jaro jhari savarne. Jaro jhari savarne. If you have a hal, jar conjunct. Again, one more time. Hal, jar. So the first should be any hal, second should be a jar, means from jabhai up to shashasar, up to there. But the second and third jar should be savarna. Jaro jhari savarne. Then the middle jar will drop. What do we, that's jaro jhari savarne from the end of ashtadhyayi. Ashtadhyayaha antima bhage. So jaro jhari savarne is like last sutra, ashtadhyayi, last sutra, jaro jhari savarne. Why is that? Because when everything else is done, after that comes jaro jhari savarne. It says that if there are 3-letter conjunct, where the first one, halaha anuvritti is coming down here, and lopaha also. So halaha parasya jharaha jhari savarne jhari parataha lopo bhavati. So do we have that, by the way? Do we have that? We have, what do we have? We have right now patra. So we have pa, ta, ra. We do have 3. First of all, we need 3 of them. That we do have. We have 3 of them. But we have ta, ra. The first ta is a hal, that is fine. But second is ta, ra. They are not savarna. So madhyavartinaha takarasya lopa na samavati. Jaro jari savarna itya anena sutrena. But then, how come कस्मात् अत्र न श्रूयते अस्मिन् ग्रन्थे अत्र न लिखितं पत्र इति. I think this is, I think, somewhere in the Mahabhashyam, Patanjali says that when you have these two same conjuncts, same consonants in a conjunct, no matter, and followed by, a third consonant. So you have three consonants. The first two are the same. Shravana bhedaha nasti. You cannot make the difference between patra and patra. Patra and patra is, Shravana bhedaha nasti. On the basis of that logic only, this one takara, ekasya takarasya lopaha is done. Otherwise, according to Panini rules, you cannot use jaro jari savarna because the number 2 and 3 have to be savarna. The ta and ra are not savarna over here. So this is a better way to write that. You don't do the takar lopaha. If you want to, you can justify only by that means, is that there's no difference in the sound between patra and patra. Okay, so among the vultures, outside, what's the word for outside?
Bahihi.
Bahihi. And the hermitage?
Ashramat.
Ashramad. Okay, thank you. And the word vyabhajat should be kind of straightforward now. Vyabhajat is a lang lakara, dhatu bhaj, very straightforward. Vi abhajat, lung lang rung shodadattaha. Dhatu is bhaj, it is vadigana. Shab gana vikaranam, itascha sutram, vyabhatip becomes by the ikara of tip goes by itascha. I think straightforward like abhavat in same place, abhajat. Only thing is that, remember, is the adagamaha will come right before the dhatu. The upasarga is a pruthak padam. So it will be difficult to spot the adagamaha when there is the upasarga there, but look inside just before the dhatu, okay? Because these pradeha only 22 we know. There's no upasarga like vya. But upasarga is V, and then abhajat. Okay, let's go to the next one. It says ityapastam makhavignayostayoho sanyoginam abhinanya vikramam ritvijaha kulapater yathakramam vagyatasya niravartayan kriyaha. So, as I said too many times, if you don't know anything also, if we don't know, just keep on reading loudly, clearly. Anena api jnanam bhavishyati vardheta. So you can get sakalyana, you can get all knowledge if you just keep on reading loudly, clearly. And then you can do one more trick also. Read the Mula Patha, and read the Tika also with that, So, loudly and clearly. Slowly, you start getting some. And if you have a good English translation, you can read that also, just to get some feel for it. And the same thing you can do in the Vyakarana Grantha also. If you want to learn Vyakaranam, take Siddhanta Kaumudi and keep on reading. Every day you'll get one sutram. You'll get one small part. You'll get every time you read, you'll get something. So this is ityapasta makhavignayostayoho sanyoginam abhinandya vikramam ritvijaha kulapater yathakramam vagyatasya niravartayan kriyaha. There's only one verb in this sentence, niravartayan. It's a third person plural lang lakaraha. Again the same thing. A little bit difficult to spot the adagama here. Because niravartayan. So this adagama is in here, niravartayan. If you can spot that one, then the rest of it should be easy. Niravartayan. It's a causative form. Look at the aya. You see the aya in here. We talked about it before a few times. What is this aya? Aya is when the nich pratyaya comes, and that takes guna, becomes a. And following that, when the shap gana vikaranam comes in there, because of echo yava yavaha, it becomes a, which is aya. So that is this aya that when it says, chorayati, karayati, so all of these aya. When you make something new, mohayati, mohaya sivame. Okay, let's go to Gita. In our Gita today. Let's do the Gita. Gitayaha udghatanam kartavyam. Titiyasya adhyayasya prathama shloke ayam prayogaha drishyate. You can see the first shloka. What does Arjuna say? Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddha jana. Second shloka, dvitiya shloka. Second shloka. Vyamishena vachyena buddhim mohaya sivame. Mohaya, mohaya. See the aya in there, mohaya. You are confusing my mind by these mixed advice. What he says. Vyamishena vachyena. As if you are messing up with, you're confusing my mind. You're making my mind deluded by your mixed statements. So, vyamishinam vakyena buddhim mohayasi. Okay, the aya. We can finish that form, niravartayan. Now, what dhatu is vrit? Vrit. Vrit is to exist. Varta is to cause to exist, to cause to be. So, and nir, vrit with the niche takes the meaning of to accomplish, to complete, to basically to do that action. So now we have the nir plus the vrit plus the lang lakaraha, and this is the only way you can learn these, dhatu upasarga, upasarga yoge, artha parivartanam. When you have the dhatu with upasarga, how the artha changes, that you can only learn from reading good texts, good authors. Like, how do we know? Dhatu vrit means to exist, to be, vartate. But when nijantasya arthaha bhavati, to he makes somebody be. Then nir, when you add that on top of that, how do we know what the meaning is? That's how we can express all these various meanings when these upasargas come into use. So, okay, let's finish that one. So we have to first do the hetumaticha, niche. When you cause something to be, is. So yesterday my mouse is working today, different mouse. Anyaha mushakaha, adya karyam karoti. No longer signed in, but anya badha upasthita, and some new thing has happened now. This thing, okay. Anyway, I'll deal with it afterwards. So hetumaticha is in the sense of the causative. When somebody is causing somebody to do this, when hetu is there. In that case, also niche can be used. This, I think 3126. I think my sutram probably 3126 is the sutram. Maybe 25 hetumaticha. So hetumaticha, because 3125 is for the churadigana, is swarthe niche. Hetumaticha, because this dhatu vrit is not churadigana, it's bhavadigana dhatu vartate. Hetumaticha. So let's start with, that's the very first thing we want to do, is take the dhatu vrit and make another dhatu from it, what is called a sadhita dhatu, or derived dhatu, by taking vrit plus niche. In the niche by chutu and halantyam, you have only anubandha lope. Ikara matra shishyate, only e remains. And that's by 3126. We just saw that. And then we can do puganta laghu upatascha sarvadhatuka ardhatuka yoho. We have the laghu upatha uran raparaha becomes varti. Varti is the form varti. So what have we used over here? We did the puganta laghu upatascha. We did 7386. Then we did uran raparaha. 1151 Puran Raparaha, and so then we got Varti. Now this Varti, because of Sanajanta Dhatavaha 3132, is a Dhatu Sanya. Unless you have Dhatu Sanya, you cannot do any Tinganta Prakriya Athva Krudanta Prakriya. You cannot do any of that. So now we have the, we start from Upasarga is Nir, we leave it outside, Nir, because that is Putak Padam. Then we have the lung lang rang shvarudataha adagamaha. And now we have the dhatu, varti is there. Varti. Dhatu varti. Varti. And I'm not putting all the steps because I think most of you know some of the steps. So Vikanam shap only become. But remember, the shap is default for everything. We should not say shap is only for the bhavadigana. So shap iti utsargaha. So that is the default for all dhatus, whether they're derived or not derived or whatever they might be. Shap is the default. Only in the case of the Adadi Gana and in all of the Ganas, Shab gets overruled. But this is not in the any Gana, because this is a derived dhatu. So all derived dhatus will take only Shab and nothing else. So that's what's happening. So we get Varti plus Shab, and Pratyaya we have was Lang, then we had Lasya, Tip plus G. In this case, Pratyaya is G, then we get Joantaha, we get Anti. So I skipped a few steps in here because I already used Joantaha. The G became Anti by 713. Then we got the Adagamaha. Okay, so let's see what else. I can put some numbers here. So we got the Joantaha. We use, I think, 713 sutram for that. Joantaha. Of course, Karturi Shap. I think all of you know Karturi Shap. 3168 Kartari Shap, that is Sarvadhatu. Okay. Then the Adagamaha, I think 6471 Lung Rang Rung Shodadataha. That's what we got. And now, as we said, we're going to get the guna of the ending of the niche by Sarvadhatuka Ardhatuka Yoho. You're going to get the guna. Then Echo Yava Yavaha Kamvartayant. And Itascha will drop the ending Ikara of the Anti. So just confirming 6471 is the Adagamaha, Lung Lang Rung Shodadataha. So we got that. So now we'll finish this form. We will have now Nir plus we have then become Varte and Vartai. Become Vartai by Sarvadhatuka Yoho, Echo Yava Yavaha Vartai, and we still have the Shap, which is of course Lashap Katadite Halantyam Akaraha, and then we have Anti. Now the last Ant actually, because Itascha. So what did I use here? We used the 7384 Sarvadhatuka Ardhatuka Yoho. Then after that we use Echo Yava Yavaha. And we also use Itascha to remove the last Ikaraha of the Anti. Now between these two you would have thought of Akasavane Dirghaha. But Tasya Pavadha Asti Atogune. Apadantadakarat Paraha. Yaha Gunavarnaha, which is Arengunaha. In Pura Paryoho Ekadeshaha, Pararupam Ekadeshaha. So because of that, because of 6197, Pura Parayoho Ekadeshaha is the Gunavarnaha, which is the Uttaravarti Akaraha. So from that we get now Nir, Var, Tayant is what we have now, Vartayant. And I use the Atogune. And finally, then use the Sanyogantasya Lopaha. Now, because that's a Tripadi Karyam, to remove the ending the Sanyogantasya Lopaha. So in this language, no Padam can end in Sanyoga as a general rule. So when the Sanyoga is at the end, then the ending letter drops. Niravartayan. So starting from the beginning, we had the Dhatu Vrit. We made the Nijantam of that by Ayin Pratyaya Nich, by Hetumaticha. Then we did the Uganda Laguputasya Gunaha, Gunadeshaha, Uran Raparaha, Varti. Then we got the Adagamaha, Lungrang, Shodadataha, then Joantaha, then Sarvadhatuka Ardhatuka Yoho, Echoyavayavaha, Itascha, Atogune, Sanyogantasya Lopaha. So that's why I'm saying Tingantam Prakriya, we're going to practice, get as many of these. And you should remember all of these, at least get some of these, fill in the gaps later on. Okay, so Niravartayan. Ritvijaha Niravartayan. Ritvij Pratipadikam. Ritvij. So the priests, officiating priests, they completed the Kriyaha. Kriyaha is Dvitya Bahuvachanam. They completed the actions or the activities of the Kulapatehe. Kulapatihi. Kulapati is a technical term also. Kulapatihi means, I think he gives in the Muni Kuleshwarasya, Muninatha says. Muni Kuleshwarasya. So one who, he is the Munikula, the family of the Munis. So he was the leader that clan of the sages, Kulapati. I think there's a footnote here where he gives a technical word of Kulapatihi. So, no, I think he's explaining how did they complete the actions. There are the different rit which have different functions, they have different names, He says Brahma Pashyati. I guess Brahma oversees maybe, or I guess gives the commands. Then Advarjihu Pracharati. Advarji actually carries on the action. Hota Mantran Patati. The Hotru, he chants the mantras. Udgata Samani Gayati. Udgatra is a priest who sings the Sama mantras. Iti Adikaha Yathakramaha Iti Vallabhaha. Because here the sutram is in the shloka here, Yathakramam. Yathakramam is coming here, means in the proper order. Yathakramam is a kriya visheshanam for niravartayan. They accomplished all the actions in the proper order. So Yathakramam is that kramanusarena. This is Avyayabhava Samasa. Avyayabhava Samasa. The two indications here is that the entire padam is an Avyayabhadam. Yathakramam. Second thing is that the word, you have an Avyayabhadam as the Purvapadam, the Yatha. That Yatha as the Purvapadam, that in your mind should indicate you may have an Avyayabhava Samasa. Okay, let's go sutras here where we have them. Karthik, you ready?
Yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a new rule for today, okay?
Okay.
The question I'm going to ask you is that, I just say it's an Avyayabhadam, and normally you have Avyayad Apsupaha, Supluk. Now if you have Yatha plus Krama, now where did the come from in that? Or the whatever. Yatha Kramam is what you have. Now how, from where, and then while you're thinking about that, in the word Yatha Shakti, we don't say Yatha Shaktim, say Yatha Shakti only we say. The same kind of samasa. So now how do we then justify both are avyas? Then how is one coming here, one is not coming there? What is the reason for that? So anyway, while you're thinking about that, let me see. I'll give you a hint for that. In the normally when something like this happens, see here normally you should have had the avyad apsupaha, supluk. Following in an avyapadam, you can the feminine affix ap and the sup pratyaya they drop. But this is apavada for that. So below the sutram avyad apsupaha, I think it's 2-4 around 82ish. There must be some sutram which will give us this kind of form. Okay, but first, while Karthik is thinking about that, in Samasa Vidayaka Sutrani, Dvitiyasya Adhyayasya Prathamaye Pade, Dvitiya Pade cha Labhyante. So you can get these sutra which gives samasas in this 2.1 and 2.2. And the very first thing Panini talks about is Avyayabhava. So first Panini covers Avyayabhava, then he goes to Tatpurushas, then Dvandvas and Bahuvaris last. So, and here the very long, nice sutram you have. Avyayam, Vibhakti, Samipa, Samriddhi, Viruddhi, Arthabhava, Arthabhava, Atyaya, Asamprati, Shabda Pradurbhava, Paschad, Yatha, Anupurvya, Yogya Padya Sadrishya Sampatti Sakalyanta Vachaneshu. Nice long sutra for you practice for today. Avyayam Vibhakti Samipa Samruddhi Viruddhi Arthabhavatyaya Asamprati Shabda Pradurbhava Paschad Yatha Anupurvya Yogya Padya Sadrishya Sampatti Sakalya Antavachaneshu. Simple meaning is that if you have an avyayam, you can take an avyayam, and in one of these meanings, you can take a connected word with that and form an avyayabhava samasa. That's the reason why I said this avyayam is the purvapadam. This is in the samasa that which is prathama nidrishtam, that gets to upasajana sanya, and that becomes upasajanam purvam. So you should have an avyaya as the first member of the compound. That's why when we saw the word yatha kramam, that yatha is an avyayam, and that is the prior member. So that is we began suspecting, avyayabhava shanka jata. we have suspecting because of this sutram which has Avyayam in Avya Bhava Samasa. Of course, there are other places also. It's not the only sutram for Avya Bhava Samasa, but it's the main one. In that, there is an Avyam which is compounded, which another word in one of these meanings, and in that, which meaning are we using now? So which meaning of these are we using? So these are it's a very important sutrams. When you have an Avya Bhava compound, come to this sutram, and many times 80%, whatever, majority of cases, you'll be able to get one of these meanings, and you will be able to decipher the compound. If you have an Avya Bhava compound, which has Avya as the first member, in that case, you can normally come to 216. And and it says one is the in the yatha. In that meaning yatha. This yatha is not the avyayam. In this meaning of yatha is very confusing, because avyayam is yatha in this case. In the meaning of yatha. So yatha has either given the vyakhyanam, either given the four meanings, which is, this says one of them is padartha anativrittau yatha shakti. So padartha anativrittau means not transgressing something. So yatha shakti means shaktim anatikramya yatha shakti. So yatha shakti means without transgressing your ability, means as per your ability. In English means as per, as simple as that. As in accordance with. So yatha shakti means yatha samarthyam, means samarthyam anatikramya, means not going beyond your ability, means in keeping with your ability, or as per your ability, in accordance with your ability, yatha samarthyam, yatha shakti, yatha avasaram, as per the occasion, or as and when you get time, yatha avasaram, yatha ruchi, means as per your liking, yatha ruchi, in keeping with your liking, not going beyond your liking, yatha ruchi. So yatha sambhavam, as and when possible, yatha sambhavam. So not going beyond the possibility. So this is a very common compound. Yatha, and add that in the sense of anativrittau, means it doesn't transgress that thing. Yathoktam, so uktam anatikramya, means not going beyond what was said, means in keeping with what was said, according to what has been told. Or yatha vidhi, vidhim anatikramya, means not transgressing the rules. Yatha vidhi means as per the rules. Yatha vidhi. Okay, so this is the meaning in this avya, in this avya bhava samasaha. And if you see an avyam as the pura padam, come to 216. There are many meanings giving here. We see more of them later. We won't spend all time, but this yatha is one of the meanings in there. And that yatha, of course, the avyam has to be such, it can convey that meaning. The meaning has to be able to be conveyed by that avya padam. And yatha is one of the avyas which conveys the meaning yatha. It's a kind of a double thing, but that one of the meanings of yatha is the anativritti. Okay, now so let us see what we can get. So now, Karthik, are you ready with something for us?
Yeah, the sutra next to Avyada Supaha has the Amma Adesha for Su.
Okay, so let's go down there. So lesson for you today, Karthik, is this one. Na avya bhavad. So avyad supaha, does the sup look? But then it says na avya bhava. So the following in avya bhava samasaha, the sup look does not happen. And then what does it says? Ataha. But the avya bhava samasa should be ending in short only. So na avya bhava ataha. That is why in yatha shakti, sup look, because it's ending in e. So there you get the sup look. But na avya bhavat ataha. So we have yatha krama. Yatha krama, you will not lose the sup, but it will stay there. Then, but it becomes to panchamyaha. If it's not a panchami, then it becomes So we don't have panchami over here. So it becomes, so the sup is not lost. Instead it becomes But for this, it has to be an avya bhava compound ending in short a. That's how you can explain the form yatha sambhavam, yatha avasaram, all those, yathoktam, all these can be explained by this sutram. Navye bhavadato atvam to panchamyaha. But in yatha vidhi, yatha shakti, in those cases, there is not ending in short a, so then the supluk happens as usual. So this exception to avyad apsupaha is that if you have a compound ending in short a, in that case, the vibhakti does not drop, it becomes instead, as long as it's not a panchami, and then amipurvaha. So yathakramam, what I'll do is I'll just put these couple of numbers here, yathakramam. So kramam anatikramya, so without transgressing the sequence, according to the proper sequence, in keeping with the proper sequence. That's what this one means. So let me see, yatha kramam. Let me put these two sutras here. I think we had of course we used 216 Samasa Vidhayaka Sutram, and then we used the, which number, is it 2483 Karthik? 83?
It's 2483, yeah, 83.
And then what is the sutra for Amipurva?
Amipurva will be 6100, 61.
107, 108.
105, 103, I think, because Yang of Padantadati is 105, I think.
Is it? Okay, let's see. 107, not bad. 107, Amipurva. What did I have? 107, yeah, not bad. 107, yeah, Amipurva.
107.
Okay, so that's what we have, Yathakramam. So let's finish that now. So does he give anything, Yathakramam, Mulinatha?
Satishji?
Yes.
What will be the vigraham for this, like for Yathakramam?
So it says, in fact, you can look at the Kashika Yatha Shakti is, Shaktim Anatikramya Yatha Shakti.
Okay.
So
okay.
in not transgressing the ability.
Okay.
That is the one. And by the way, in Bhaimi Vyakya, if you want to look, I'll give you the number for that also. The Avyay Bhava, all will come in this Samasa Bhagaha in Chaturtha Khande, in the fourth book. And if you look at this Sutram Avyaya, and that's view the page number also, there also he gives, of course, very good examples. So let's see, Avyayam Vibhakti. So page 18 it starts on the volume 4, starts on page 18. And this particular one, let's see, in the Yatharthe, will be, let's see, Sajanam Purvam, Avyayam. So he takes it one by one, he takes all the meanings one by one. Very fantastic. There's all of them. And the Yatha is a little bit later, so let's see. In fact, he also covers the sutram which we just saw. He also discusses that one. So Virdhi Artha Bhava Atyaya, then comes Asamprati, then comes the Shabda Paschad, Shabda Pradar Bhava Paschad. Then on page 33, volume 4, Yogyata Vipsa Padarthanati Vritti Sadrishyani Yatharthaha. And then Yogyata, and then I'm looking at the Sadrishya. Okay, on bottom of page 34, he gives the example. He gives Shakti Manatikramya Yatha Shakti. That's what he says. So Shakti plus plus Yatha. They will be the Alaukika Vigraha. Alaukika Vigraha will be the Shaktim, in this case, Kramam Anatikramya. Krama plus plus Yatha is what the one is. Okay, so that is what we have. Now let's see, Malinatha, did he give us anything on that one? No commentary, okay. Spashtam, okay, that's fine. Let's just follow Malinatha, let's see what he says now. Iti is Purvakta Prakarena, as described in the last few shlokas. Iti means now that's end of quotation. The quotation of the last few shlokas which described us, how he removed the Yajna Vigna. So in the I think we are looking at now probably from 25 onwards. I think 24 onwards probably. 10, so 24 up to the 29, we saw how, Yena prakarena yajna vignam, it says yajna vignaha apastaha. So apastaha. So how these obstacles were removed, we saw in this last few shlokas. So that is the quotation of the iti, purvakta prakarena. Always iti means remember what section we are talking. Is it one letter? Is it one word? Is it one sentence? Is it one verse? Is it, like in this case, I think we have 4 or 5 verses, or could it be the whole chapter? Could it be whole book, or could it be so? Iti, no commentary. Swashtam. Apasta makha vignayoho. No commentary now. Interesting. No commentary. Okay. Now it should be very straightforward for us to do. So makha vigna. So you can say makha is yajna. So yajne vigna. Atha yajnasya vigna probably will do. So the obstacle to the sacrifice. Simple shashti tatpurushaha. Makhasya vignaha. So obstacle in the sacrifice. Then look at this apasta dhatu asukshepane, to throw. Apasta like sanyasaha. So apast is to throw away. Apastam is thrown away. Means removed. So nishtha padam is a purva padam. That's the first alarm that this could be bahuvrihi compound, because the sutram nishtha padam purva padam bhavati bahuvrihi samasau. The nishtha ityanena sutrena vidhiyate. So by the sutram nishtha, which comes in Ashtadhyayi in 2 places, be very careful. One is in 3.2, that's the past participle. One is in 2.2, which we are talking about the Purva Nipata Vyavastha, where Panini says which one should go first. And there he has a sutram called Nishtha. I think it is the 2236. But that is a like Sita Prajnaha, Nashta Mohaha, so these are all these where you have this past participle as the Purva Padam. Uttara Padam is a noun. Of course, the Makha is in a compound, but Vigna. And it's qualifying somebody else. So apasta vignayoho, we can forget the Makha, because once you form a Tatpurusha compound, so tat paschat Purva Padasya projanam nasti. Because kasmat yataha Tatpurusha samasaha Uttara pradhanaha. So because Uttara Pada has pradhanyam, then once you form the compound Makha Vigna, you don't have to worry about Makha anymore in the remaining, connecting the remaining parts. So in which you can just say apasta vigna. Okay, so now vigna is a noun. It's now qualifying the tayoho. Tayoho Rama Lakshmanayoho. So it's clearly qualifying Rama and Lakshmanaha. And he says also Raghavayoho. Malinatha says. So tayoho, but notice the sandhi here, by the way. What is happening here? What is happening here, Karthik? What's happening? Is it a typo here, tayoho?
It is, I think, Sasajushoruhu and Rory. Yeah.
And Dhalope Purus Dirganaha, but Purva.
There is no Dirgha. It's already Dirgha.
Oh, it's Tayo already Dirgha. So it looks like a typo. It is not. This Tayo is because Sutram Rory. This, Refasya, Refe Paretaha Lopasyat. So Refa by Refa takes a Lopas with Sasajushoruhu and Rory. So Tayoho Raghavayoho. So now what is the Vigraha Vakyam of this? And I think here also, when looking at Devdarji's book, he also gives the Vigraha Vakyam. Smulinatha has not given that. And he says, what does he say? Apastaha Makhasya Vignaha Yabhyam. So by the two of whom the obstacles for the yajna had been removed. So Mulinatha is a straightforward. Why didn't he not give any Vigraha Vakyam for us? Because Makha Vignaha is, Sulabhaha Shashita Purush Samasaha. And Apasta Vigna api Bahuvrihi Anayasena Nyayate. You can easily make out is Bahuvrihi compound. That's why no Tasmad Vigraha Vakyam na likitam tika akarena. No Vigraha Vakyam. Okay. Then Tayoho. Tayoho is a pronoun. Again, look how beautifully he gives Raghavayoho. Do not leave Tayoho until you know who is qualifying. So in this case, of course, given for us Raghavayoho. So, okay, it's a Shashti Dvivachanam. Then it's connecting with the Shashti means Sambandha. So sambandha tatkalam kartavya sambandha. So immediately make the sambandha. Don't leave the shashti hanging around to cause trouble afterwards. Paschat badha ma bhut. We don't want problems afterwards. So tayoho vikramam. Tayoho vikramam. So they are valor. So they are valor, and that is now a dvitiyantam padam. Dvitiyantam padam means it is a karma sanyakam. It has a karma sanyaya. So this means karma means it has to be the object of some verb. So abhinandya, nanda is to praise or to applaud. Abhinandanam is to applaud. So abhinand, and then it is the tvanta padam. Tvanta is avyam, is when you have samana kartrikayoho purva kale. And of course the tva has become lyap because it's a samasaha. Samasanyang purvek tvo lyap. When you go into samasaha, this tva becomes lyap. Lyap means only ya. So abhinandya. So this ya, it comes in place of the tva, and tva is in the sense of who is samanakarta raha atra ke. Who was the samanakartas? Ritvijaha vikramam abhinandya kriyaha niravartayan iti mukhya vakyam. So the simple sentence is that the Ritviks, having applauded the valor, they completed the activities of their guru, the teacher. That's a simple sentence. Vikramam has an adjective, sanyuginam. So that the Mulyatha gives is prati janadibhya khai 4499 iti khai pratyaha. And he gives, we can look at it in 1 second. Yes, and he quotes Amaraha, sanyogino rane sadhuho. Okay, now this word sadhuho is what you should pay attention to. Artha nirdesha. That gives the meaning in which this tadhita is being used. Even though in tadhitas you have more than 1,000 sutras, but there may be, a few meanings in which all of them are used. Like tasyapatyam, in the sense of his progeny. So that is adhikara, which goes for 100 sutras. It goes for, roughly. So which means that 100 sutras or whatever 89 sutras, only one meaning, tasyapatyam, means in the sense of like Kaunteya, Partha, Vasudevaha, Saumadattihi, all these Gita examples. They're all in tasyapatyam adhikara. If you know the word apatyam, single word apatyam, we say Vasudevasya apatyapaman Vasudevaha. When you see the word apatyam, that is enough for you. You can go to the adhikatasya apatyam and you can just look at those sutras there and get the answer. So here the word is sadhu. So now of course he's being very kind to us. He's given a number for us also. But even if you did not know that, you can look up the word sadhu. By the way, there are a couple of also these dictionaries kind of, which give every word of the Ashtadhyayi, where it might occur. If you know the word sadhu, if you know there's sutram, sadhu, which has the word sadhu, you can look at that and quickly find the sutra number for that. But they give every word of the Ashtadhyayi is given, where that word occurs in Ashtadhyayi. There are two of them. One is by our Professor Katre from Pune. He has done one very good one. That's in the transliteration form. It is called Dictionary of I think, or Dictionary of Panini, I think it is called. It's a 3-volume set from our Pune University, I think it is. And there's one more book by the Paramount Publications, I think Avani Kumar. He has done the book, which also gives in Devanagari of every padam. So if you just know the word sadhu, this might also be in the Abhyankar dictionary, by the way, sadhu, apatyam, sadhu, tatra bhavaha, so all these meanings, tasyedam. So this, just like in samasas, we have this formula, vigraha vakyani. Same thing tadhitas. There are these formulas, but here the formulas include that word, which is what meaning it is. If you can try to pay attention to these, And look, otherwise, 1,000, where do you start looking, We have 1,000 rules. Where are we going to look for this one? So this is where you can start. If you know the Vigraha Vakyam given by the Tikakara, in the beginning you can take only those. There, if you know the word sadhu. For example, Matup we saw today, right? We saw the word kritin in the prior shloka. So kritam, prashastam kritam, asya asti iti. Now, when you say asti iti, that will point you to 5294. Chadasya asti asminiti matup. When you say asti iti, you have to immediately go to matup. So you will not use the word matup. We tell you only that the main sutram. Okay, let's go to this. If you know, we'll confirm what I'm trying to tell you is that is to in 4.4 this sutram is here. Tatra sadhu. Tatra sadhu is what you want to highlight. You want to go to this section and highlight only these ones. Maybe somebody will do that. Maybe is go to Sadhita jungle and only highlight these fellows. This Ardha Nirdeshaka Sutrani. So we have that those. Anyway, so this one is Tatra Sadhu is one who is good at that, good in that, skilled in that. And Anuvritti of I think Yat is coming down. So this doesn't tell you what the pratyaya is, doesn't tell you which Prajapadikkam can take it. It only gives the meaning, Tatra Sadhu. And the Anuvritti of Yat is coming from this sutram, Praghitad Yat, Praghitad. Up to the word Hita, Tasmai Hitam, I think sutram, you use the pratyaya Yat. So Praghitad Yat. So this is why I'm telling about Taditas. In one sutram, Pani will give only the pratyaya. In one, he'll only give you the Artha Nirdesha. In one, he'll give you some Gana. These Ganas will take this sutram. That's what makes it a little bit difficult, because you have to follow the Anuvrittis and the Adhikaras. So Praghitad Yat goes up to the 144 it goes, because I think there must be the word Hita in that. So Praghitad. So here, because Tasmai Hitam. Tasmai Hitam. So until there, Pranini puts the pratyaya Yat as default. Then from there, Prakrita Cha. That comes under new pratyaya Cha is given now. To start from here up to the word Krita. So that's how this adhikara goes of Taditas, It's a long adhikara, but we'll try to, get some pieces at least. So pratyaya Yat was coming now. We don't want that. We don't want a pratyaya Yat. Because what do we have? We had the word Sanyuga. Sanyuga means Yuddham. It's a war. Sanyuga. Sanyuja, I guess warriors join together, come together. That's a war. What we don't want the pratyaya Yat, because that will become Sanyugya. We get the word Sanyugya. Because Sanyugina is what we want. We want the pratyaya Ina, which can do an Adi Vriddhi. And Adi Vriddhi means what? These two sutras at the end of 7.2. Taditeshu Achamadehe and Kiticha. Taditeshu Achamadehe, Kiticha. So we use this sutram, Acho Niti and all we use all the time when we form Kridantas or Tinganta forms. But Taditeshu Achamadehe. Anuvritti of Niti is coming down. Pratyaya has the Cha Varga Panchama Nya as an It, Athva Ta Varga Panchama Na as an It, so Niti. Athva Kiti Cha is the last sutram. So we're now looking for a pratyaya which has the form ina and which has either the nya or the na or the ka as an it. And here, of course, he gives it to us. Prati janadibhyaha khai. But where is the ina over here? Where is the ina? What is this going on? Karthik, you want to try this one?
I don't know. Is it some adesha for kha?
You got it. Yes. Where would that be?
7.1.
Very good. The very first sutram, Karthik. Lesson for today.
Oh.
Very second sutram, I think. Second sutram. Second one. 712. Very nice musical sutram for you also. It is there. Sangeet Ananda Vibhavati Atra. Ayaneya ina iya yaha. Third kha cha gham pratyadinam. Yatha sankham. Okay. So pa dha kha cha gham. The phakara, dhakara, khakara, chakaraha and the ghakaraha is pratyayadinam, should be pratyayadi. Then yatha sankham ayaneya. So ayana, then eya, like kaunteya. That's three pure dhak. The dhakara becomes eya. So ayana, eya, ina. So khasya ina. The third one is ka over here. This ka becomes ina. And iya, iyaha. So cha becomes like shastriya. That's the iya. And then iyaha, short iyaha. That's for the gha. So ayaneya, ina, iya, iyaha. Third khachagam pratyayadinam. So the phakara will become ayana, the dhakara will become eya, the khasya inaha, and chasya iyaha, and gasya iyaha, adesha bhavati, adesha bhavati. So that's how you know. So yoranakau is the first sutram. Second one, this one, ayaneya, ina, iya, iyaha, phadakachagam pratyayadinam, phadakachagam. Okay, so this is what makes the ka into ina. Ka into ina. If you don't know the simple things, if you know, because if you just look as a newcomer and you see this pratyaya kai, what in the world is kai? Because there's nothing here to relate to this sanyugina. How do we get that? You know? But the simple rules, if you know, they make it, as Raja says, they demystify Panini for us. You know, iti kai pratyaya. So tatra sadhu. So the yat pratyaya was coming as a default, but instead of that, in this gana, the word is prati janadibhyaha. So prati janinaha, one who's good to everybody, one who's good with everybody. So prati jana means all towards everyone. Somebody is good. So let's go to this one. I think I thought I had the. Sorry. 712, not 712, I'm sorry, 44. It's a gana. It's a list of words. We state the pratyaya khai in the meaning tatra sadhu. Tatra sadhu. I hope I'm not spending too much time on this, but the staditas are not very easy. Try to get some basic concepts, and it will help us going along. To next time we have this kind of situation. I'm only recording from this year only, so I know some of the old students, we've heard this many times, but for the recording's sake, we have to do this a few times. So let's look at this sutram. Pratijanadibhya kai. And let's see. Pratijanadibhya shabdebhya kai pratyabhavati tatra sadhu iti etasmin arthe yato apavadaha. It's very confusing, but yata is not because. Yata is shashti of yat. It is an apavada for yat. It's not because it's an apavada. So yataha is shashti of yat. So yat pratyasya apavadaha. So pratijane sadhu pratijaninaha. I think who is good towards, skilled with regard to everybody. Pratijaninaha. So jane sadhu ityarthaha. And there the word sanyuga, the sanyuga is there. The word sanyuga is in this gana. Sanyuga. So that's how you got sanyoginaha. And this is qualifying. So let's finish the quickly if you want to do the alaukika vigraha. So first we take tatra sadhu. So we got sanyuge sadhu. So we can just take not much of it's fairly straightforward. The sanyuga we will have, and tatra means pratyaya ni we will take ni, and then the khai will come here. Pratyaya is khai, and so this we are using the tatra sadhu patijanadibhya khai. So 499, and then we'll have to use the supo dhatu pratipadikayoho iti ni pratyasya luk bhavati, and then khasya ina adesha and halantyam, and then because of the nears and it taditeshu achamadehe. This I think is 72117. Do the adivriddhi. Adivriddhi was 72117. Taditeshu achamadehe. So now after doing all of that, so adivriddhi means the first vowel takes vriddhi. The sai becomes sai. So we'll do that. So we'll get sai, you, and then ga, and then ina, khasya ina. So ina, is what we have. So what have we used here? We did the 72117 Titeshva Chamadehe. Of course, Halantyam we have used. Then 712 Ayaneya Ina Iya Iha Pradakachagam Pratyadinam Kasyayinaha. And of course, we use the Supodhatu Padividikayoho, Ni Look, and Halantyam. I think 133 Halantyam. And now again, yes, Cheticha, which Karthik told us, because you have the Bhasanya, first Sain Yuga gets Bhasanya, Yachibham, and then yes, Cheticha is the Antya Akarasya Lopaha, Antya Akarasya Lopaha. So we get, so that's how we get the final form, Sain Yugina. It's qualifying Vikramam. Vikramasya Visheshanam Idam. Vikramasya Visheshanam Idam. So Sayogina is, I'm sorry, typo. Sayogin plus Ina. And we used Yachibham and Yasyeticha. 64148. This is very common sequence. Yachibham Yasyeticha. Because anytime you have Tadita Pratyayaha, and you have the avarnanta or ivarnanta angam, which will be very common, then you're going to, and if you have the bhasanya, if it's the pratyaya either yakaradi or ajadi, you're going to get the yachibham and yasyeticha, sanyogina. That was a difficult word in this shloka, has only one shloka, it's only something. And even if you don't understand all of this, you can just look at this one, sanyogina rane sadho. It was their power or their valor, which was very skilled in war, skilled on the battlefield. And look at how beautifully he's put that before the Namapadam, Visheshanam Purvam. So the Sanyuginam is an adjective to Vikramam. So first, also look how nicely he's put it here. Sanyuge Rane Sadhu Sanyuginaha, then Tam. Why this Tam? Because in the shloka, this is Dvitiyantam Padam. So he has to convert it back to the shloka. So first, the Vigraha Vakam he gives in general. Sanyuge Rane Sadhu Sanyuginaha, then Tam Sanyuginam. And qualifying Vikramam, object of Abhinandya, Ritvijaha Yajakaha, Ritvij Pratipadikam, Ritvijaha is Pratama Bahuvachanam. Then Vagya, I think is Vagyatasya, is Vachiyataha. This is a Saptami Tatpurushaha. In compared with Gita, Yatavakayamanasaha. Gita, Yatavak comes in Gita now. That's a Bahuvri. Because Nishtapadam is Pura over there. So Yatavak, Yasya Saha is Yatavak. Well, here it is Vagyataha. So this will be a Tatpurushaha. This is a very good example for us to study. Because this Nishtanta Padam is coming as the Uttara Padam is Visheshanam already. Raman Bahuvrihi. The Uttara Padam is a Nama Padam. And that's going to become Visheshanam by the Bahuvrihi. But here we already have Yataha, Yata I should say. Dhatu is Yam, by the way. Yam becomes Yata. Restrained. So it's already an adjective. This will not be Bahuvrihi. So Vag Yataha is, he says, Vachi Yataha, Shastaptimi Tatpurushaha is Mauni. He gives the meaning for that, means he's silent, doesn't say. Because the question coming is that all the Ritviks praised Rama and Lakshmana for their valor. And then Vishwamitra, who had got him all the way over here to do all this, he is not saying anything. Tasya karanam kim? Tasmat karanad Vagyataha iti uktam. That he could not say anything because he is in the Dikshitaha. He is considered for the Yajna. So, Vagyata means Mauni. Then Vagyatasya is Tasya Kulapatehe. So a good example of a Bahuri of a Tatpurusha, same meaning is conveyed. Vachi Yataha, Satmi Tatpurusha. Yatavak is Ahankar. This comes in 18th Adhyaya, okay, of Gita. It's a part of bigger Samasaha. In the Gita, if you look at it, towards the end of the 18th Adhyaya. Yatavak Kayamanasaha. Dhyana Yoga Pro Nityam. Vairagam Samapashritaha. Ahamkaram Balam Darpam Kamam Kodam Parigraham. Muchindrama Shantur Mabhuyaya Kalpate. I'm in the wrong chapter, I think. The wrong chapter. Ashtadashe Adhyaya. Uttarabhagi. towards the end it is. Let me see. Ahankarandaram Brahmavata Prasannatma Nashotati na Kangshati Samastarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Lavate Param Bhaktamam Vijanati Yavanishchasmitataha Tato Manta Tato Jnatva. Here, I think it's right here. Yatavakayamanasaha. Here, Yatavakayamanasaha. So these are, so Yatani, what should we say? Vak, Kaya, Manasani, Yasya Saha. So one whose speech and body and mind is restrained. But anyway, we don't have to take the whole thing. We just for Yatavak, it's a Bahuvrihi. While Vagyataha is Tatpurusha. And Nishtha Padam is Pura Padam Bahuvrihi. Tatpurusha is Uttara Padam. That's one thing you can learn. Okay, Kulapatehe Munikuleshwarasya is the leader or of the rishis. Kriyaha is Kratu Kriyaha. It means the activities of the yajna. So Kratu Kriyaha. Kratu is again yajna. Yathakramam, we already saw it before. Nivartayan is Nishpaditavantaha. Because Nir plus Vrit plus Nich is not a very common usage compared to Nishpaditaha. Nish plus Dhatu Pad, Nishpannam, accomplished. They accomplished or they completed his action. Nishpaditavantaha means you see Dhatu Nis plus Dhatu Pad in the causative again. Nishpaditavantaha means they completed the actions. Okay, so let us look at this Kulapati. He also I think has a technical description. He says Muninam Dashasahasram Yo Annadanadi Poshanat Adhyapayati Viprashihi Asau Kulapati Smritaha. Someone who can support 1,000 students Annadanadi Poshanat by giving them food, etc. Adhyapayati Viprashihi, and he teaches them. He is called Kulapati. So Kulapati, one who has 1,000 students in his ashram, I guess, and he's teaching them and supporting them, called Kulapati. But here it may not be that. It says Muni Kuleshwara. He's the leader of the clan of Munis. Okay, who wants to? Was you ready? Take this one. Do the English.
Anji.
Okay. So commending means praising, applauding.
Abhinandya.
Abhinandya.
Yeah.
I mean having applauded. There, of the two of them.
Tayoho.
Prowess.
Vikramam.
In the battle.
Samyuginam.
Sanyuge sadhum sanyuginam means which was good on the battlefield, just skilled on the battlefield. Who had removed all impediments in the sacrifice? Apasta makha vignayoho. So removed is apasta, removed. Impediments, all is understood. Impediments is vigna.
Vignayo.
And sacrifice is makha. And iti should be who had thus removed. We know that the word iti is not been translated, but should be thus. Who had thus removed all impediments in the sacrifice. Ityapasta makha vignayoho. Okay, the priests, what do we have?
Ritvijaha.
And then Agrima Prishthe, carried out. Niravartayan. Executed. Niravartayan, carried out. Niravartayan. And then in due order, in the correct order.
Yathakramam.
Okay. The various sacrificial rites. Okay. Just kriyaha. Kratu kriyaha. So So that's the Sakshi Kriyaha. For the patriarch of the place, I'm sorry?
Kulapati.
Kulapate, who was vowed to silence. Vagyatasya. Vagyatasya, who was vowed to who restrained in speech. So Kartik, what sutram for yam becoming yat?
It's the makara drops by the.
I can give the sutram or the number.
I actually remember that sutram. It is the Anunasikopadesha Vanatitanotyadina.
No, Anudattopadesha.
Anudattopadesha Vanatitanotyadina.
Anunasika Jalikiniti. Anudattopadesha is 6437. It should be basically an anit dhatu because 7 to 10 says what? Ekach upadesha anudatta. Anudatta upadesha. You can connect to that 7 to 10. Anit dhatu. Yama, nama, gamarama, chatvaraha. So you have the 4 dhatus in the makara anteshu. So yam anit dhatu. Tasya anunasikasya makarasya lopavat jalikiniti. So we have anit dhatu sumavidagama also. So yam plus ta becomes yata. The gam becomes gatihi. Han becomes hata and so on. Okay, and then I give you some quick homework. Our time is up. I should not spend too much time. Give you small homework for next time. Istau pranama chalakaka pakshau bhratarau avabhrata apluto munihi avbrata apluto munihi ashishamanupadam samasprushad darbha patita talena panina. One more time. Tau pranama chalakaka pakshakau bhratara avabhrata apluto munihi Ashishamanupadam samasprushad darbha patita talena panina. So, can I give you any homework here? Okay, you know what? It's going to be difficult, so I think time is up. So for next time, please read this shloka and see if you can remember. The simple meaning is that Munihi Vishwamitraha is Tau Asprushat, Tau Samasprushat. He touched both of them, Rama Lakshmana. And Tau has a Visheshanam for that. Pranama Chalakaka Pakshakau. Their locks of hair were moving around when they were doing the pranama. Then Bhratarau. So Munihi, Tau Bhratarau Samaprushat. He touched them with his hand, Panina, which was Darbha Patita Talena, which is rough. Because the palm of his hand was rough because of Darbha, because he was continuing to sacrifice all the time. So Darbha Patita Talena. And then last thing is Avabhrata Plutaha Munihi, one who had done his concluding bath, at the end of the sacrifice. And Ashisham Anupadam. So after blessing them, he touched them with his hand, the two of them who were bowing down to him. The locks of hair were moving around. And the Muni was such that he had done his concluded the yajna with the sacrificial bath at the end. And his palms were rough because of the darbha grass. Okay, we'll continue next time. Ramo Raja Manis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Vijay Ramena Viyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittalaya Sada Bhautamevo Ramama Buddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahastanamatatulyam Rama Namavaranane Shri Rama Namavaranana Manoj,